Hi there. The entire world is engulfed by COVID 19 coronavirus. There's complete disarray in most parts of the world. It's no different in India. At a time like this, when medical professionals, people associated with healthcare providers, organizations, doctors, nurses should be protected, we are stigmatizing them. Not just healthcare professionals, any responsible individual citizen who discovers, who's responsible enough in the first place to take a test and discovers that he or she is COVID 19 positive, is almost scared to admit it. Isn't that terribly ironic? Considering the responsible thing and the mature thing to do would be to get the word out that that particular individual is positive and therefore should be kept at an arm's distance, should self isolate. But instead of uh, having the freedom to put that information out there, people are hiding the fact that they might test positive for COVID 19 for fear of that same stigma that will get attached to them. Now, this is something that I happen to feel very, very strongly about because when I was diagnosed with my thyroid cancer in October last year, a lot of you know that I was very, very vocal about it on all my social media platforms. In fact, and I deeply appreciate that a lot of concerned family, friends even told me that it probably wasn't a very good idea for me to be so open, so vocal about my illness, about my disease. But I really, really felt two things at that point very strongly. Number one, that the positives of putting it out there into the open far outweighed the negatives. And number two, there is absolutely nothing to be ashamed of. There is absolutely nothing to hide. There's no reason to go into hiding. Um, when I started vlogging and blogging and talking about my cancer regularly, I found that not only did I get heaps and heaps of love and concern from all quarters, from people who didn't know me to acquaintances to naturally friends and family, I also started getting people telling me that I was serving as an inspiration to them, as a source of strength, which in turn gave me a lot of strength and is what kept me going. The reason I bring up my cancer is that the stigma that gets attached to a person seems to be quite similar in the case of COVID 19 as well. But the plain truth is there's nothing to be ashamed of and there's absolutely nothing to hide. In fact, the responsible and mature thing to do, like we all know, and I said earlier as well, is to put it out there that you've tested positive because you're being responsible, you're warning people, you're warning the community around you, your family around you, your colony building residents around you, and it is perfectly, perfectly all right. In fact, not only will they keep distant from you and help to arrest the spread of the disease, they will also be the ones who will provide you moral and all kinds of other support. We are very, very quick in Indian society to stigmatize people on the basis of their political leanings, their gender leanings, their sexual preferences, their ideologies, and now even on the basis of medical ailments, which is just absolutely bizarre to me. So my appeal from the bottom of my heart at this point to all of you and all of us out there is that let's be responsible, let's be mature, let's not stigmatize people who are either healthcare professionals. Let's not stigmatize people who are testing positive for COVID 19 because it may well be you tomorrow. And let's come together as a mature society, as a learned, enlightened, informed society, educated society, and scrap all this stigma out of society and work together to overcome COVID 19. Please give this a lot of deep thought. I do lots of videos. This one is especially coming from the heart. It is an earnest appeal. Let's work together. Let's not needlessly stigmatize people, and let's get through this.